Young-i managed to rank in the top 1 of Netflix movies in the United States, which is not very common for a Korean movie. The trailer of this movie featured many incredible images and an attention-grabbing sci-fi story. However, even though the movie is at number 1, there are many mixed opinions regarding how the story went and the ending of the movie. But despite the different opinions about this project, this movie brings something different that apparently many have liked. That's why today I'm going to talk to you. Young's ending explained. But first remember to subscribe to this channel and activate the notification bell so you'll be among the first to see our content. This movie starts explaining that we are in 2194. This year the Earth is not habitable due to climate change, and humans are forced to live in artificial shelters built in space. When humans settle in one of these shelters, some shelters have some differences and start attacking Earth and the other shelters, resulting in a civil war. Captain Yoon Young-i is well known because she led her team on different missions in the middle of that war. She has a young daughter, Yeon Sang-ho, who suffers from a lung tumor, and so Young-i went to war. On the day her daughter Sang-ho is operated on, Young-i goes on one last mission, which she fails, and ends up in a coma. After she died in combat, her consciousness was saved to make a project. According to the science of that time, consciousness can be downloaded into artificial intelligence. This project intends to find out what happened in Young-i's brain to find out what the failure was, and after knowing that, to send her back to the war to make sure she wins this time. The leader of this artificial intelligence project is Young-i's daughter, who is trying to save not only her mother's consciousness, but to overcome what killed her. Then in the middle of the project, her daughter discovers that her mom was emotionally tied up because when she was little she had cancer, and that was the reason why the mom went to war in order to cover her treatment. Well, since we went over a little bit of what it's all about, now let's get to what happened in the final minutes. We know that Sang-hyun, the leader of the project, went crazy when he was told that Captain Yoon Young-i's research project was going to be shut down because the war was going to end, and if the war ended, the project would be meaningless. He was very angry because he wanted to know the reason why Young-i failed in the mission. In the last simulations, they had noticed that she had a different region of her brain activated, and he didn't want to end the project without a valid answer. Since he knew that in one of the last simulations, she had been shot in the foot and then another region of the brain was activated, he wanted to hurt her in different places to see if it would activate something different. Then Seo-hyun sees what's happening and deactivates Young-i so he won't hurt her anymore. Then Seo-hyun talks to Young-i and realizes that she still has her daughter's memory and is very moved, because she realizes that her mom is still worried about the surgery from years ago. For this reason, she devises a plan and deactivates the yellow unrecognized area that holds her daughter's memories. Seo-hyun informed Young-i everything she had to do so that she could escape from the place, but since they found out everything, Seo-hyun had to change her mom's appearance into that of a normal robot. We know that the cops and Sang-hyun are after them and they fight heavily. Thanks to a shot Sang-hyun got, he realized that he was not a human, but a robot with artificial intelligence, and that made him angrier. As Young-i has good fighting skills, she is able to defeat Sang-hyun and the other police robots. However, more police come after her. That's why Seo-hyun tells Young-i to leave and be free. But before she leaves, we can see Young-i stroking Seo-hyun's cheek as she did in the past when she was alive. Then we can see Young-i flees the place and watches the sunrise surrounded by mountains while her daughter on the other side wishes her good luck. This ending has some interesting things. When Young-i strokes Seo-hyun's cheek, it's because she's reminding herself that that was the way she said goodbye to her for good luck. That was the same way they said goodbye before Young-i went to the next mission and her daughter went to the surgery. So that farewell is the memory of what happened years ago and symbolizes that they both wish each other luck. What's interesting about this farewell is that it's related to a memory from when Yoongi was a mom. However, we should remember that Seo-hyun had erased those yellow signals in her brain that were apparently related to her daughter's memories of suffering. But the question we could ask ourselves is, how did those regions in the brain become active if they were erased? Here comes the interesting part. Although this farewell between them could be predictable, this tries to explain a concept of artificial intelligence. That's why they put Yoongi caressing her daughter, because she could preserve that memory. It would explain that artificial intelligence can acquire its own intelligence, even if the human tries to manipulate the information at his convenience. Of course, this could be a good thing, but like anything else, it could be a bad thing. It depends on how you use that artificial intelligence. So this ending leaves an open box of opinions on this issue, where robots driven with this kind of intelligence could gain an identity of their own. For this reason, Yoongi goes to a new place to see the sunrise. This could represent or symbolize that robots with artificial intelligence could get their own identity and thus their own world, without any human intervention. Although, of course, this is a science fiction movie, we cannot deny that nowadays the subject of artificial intelligence is having a great growth in real life, although of course it is not something like in the movie. However, these themes of robots, artificial intelligence and futuristic themes are not new. There are many movies related to these themes, so the plot in particular was not something very innovative, except for some details. Many believe that because it is a science fiction film related to artificial intelligence, most were expecting the film to have more creative content since this theme is so often repeated in movies. However, most have not given this project good reviews. The ending in particular has presented many opinions and most have not been favorable. Many think that this ending was a bit fast and forced, as if we were given to understand that a second part is coming. They also indicate that the ending was not very creative and as if it lacked something. It could be that the ending is an indication of a sequel, or the producers simply thought that this ending would be perfect, but according to the opinion of many it was not. However, I should also mention that others liked the movie because its special effects and the visual part of the production was very good. Many have also indicated that this movie was different because they brought some science fiction concepts that were not expected, related to the story of a mother and daughter, and that was something very good in the story. But like everything else, we can only wait to see how the reviews continue because it seems that many people like it because it is in the top 1 of Netflix. In the United States, something that is not very easy to achieve. What do you think about this movie? Leave your comment here so we can read it.